Asked to evaluate the logarithmic expression 30 subtract 5 times the log base 2 of 8 with and without a calculator. So I'm going to start to do it without my calculator. I'm going to start by just looking at this piece right here because the rest will become simple. What does log base 2 of 8 mean? It is indeed equal to some numbers. If you just let me write equals question mark here, it'll help me explain it. So if you remember how to change from log form to exponential form, you know that what this notation means is that 2 is the base and it's to be raised to some power, which we're supposed to find, question mark, and the result of which would give us 8. So I have this equation here that 2 raised to some power is 8. So you just go through the possibilities. Obviously 2 to the first would not be 8. 2 squared would be 4. Eventually you take 2 to the third power and you realize that 2 to the third power gives you 8, meaning that the question mark up here that I put is actually equal to 3. That if you took 2 and raised to the third power, you get 8. So log base 2 of 8 is simply the number 3, and if you were to let me substitute that notation for the number 3, the rest would be rather simple to explain. In fact, what you'd have here is that the 5 would be multiplied by 3 to give you 15. So you'd have 30 subtract 15. 30 minus 15 is indeed 15. But I'm going to check it now and go over to my calculator, and I'm going to type it just like it looks, 30, and subtract 5. Now, because my calculator does not have a base 2 logarithm button, it has a base 10 button, I have to do what's called a change of base form. In fact, let me write that down real quick. I want to evaluate log base 2 of 8, but my calculator only does log base 10. So the change of base formula simply states that you can change this from base 2 to base 10 by doing the log of 8 and then divide that by the log of 2. And because I'm using the 2 over here again, it looks like perhaps I didn't change the base. But because I didn't write the base, you are to assume I'm thinking that the base here is 10. So now that I've written in the base, you can see I changed a base 2 logarithm into a base 10 logarithm. And the way that I did it makes it so that this is mathematically equivalent to this. They give the same number. So back to my calculator, I'm going to do log of 8, and then I divide by the log of 2. And what I'm going to get here is the calculator knows that the log base 2 of 8 is 3, and it's going to do the same thing I did by hand and tell me the answer is 15.